How are you all? Welcome to this channel. I'm Mary. In today's class, we are going to go step by step to make this beautiful bag. We made it using a combination of 2 stitches, single crochet and double crochet. It's an exclusive eye-catching bag, very easy to make and quite affordable. Look at the shape of the sides. The base, which is quite wide. The details of the stitch. I like how these gathers turned out. Look, they're really ruffled and they give it a spectacular touch. It's a totally different bag, very modern and really eye-catching. I'm going to show you how spacious it is inside. Look at how this zipper turned out. And look how roomy the bag is. I invite you to stay with me until the end of the class. Enjoy the process and put it into practice. If that's the case, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment as a sign of appreciation. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming tutorials. Now, without further ado, let's go to the list of materials and then to the step-by-step instructions. These are the materials we will be working with, and you can get them at your online store, Tus Insumos. We have scissors, a measuring tape, a personalized nameplate with the channel's name. This one is optional. A 3.5mm crochet hook. This one is for weaving in ends. A 5.5mm crochet hook. This will be our main hook. 2 carabiner rings, 2 centimeters in diameter. 2 stitch markers. Needle and thread to sew the zipper. Try to get a color as close as possible to the yarn you have. 1 meter of chain. 30 centimeters of zipper tape and the zipper pull. Here, I have a skein of approximately 700 grams. This is ribbed featherweight t-shirt yarn, 2 centimeters wide. I won't be using all of it. In the video description, I'll leave the exact amount that I'm going to use for this project. We're going to make a slip knot. And we'll crochet 24 chains. We have a loop on the hook, we yarn over and pull through, loop on the hook, yarn over and pull through. We're going to keep making chains until we reach number 24. I finished the 24 chains and they measure 16 centimeters. We're going to crochet 1 more chain. And this will be our turning chain. This one won't count. We'll keep working on the base of 24 stitches. Remember that we won't be using the slip stitch from the beginning. Now we're going to do the first round, and we'll do it with single crochet stitches. We turn the chain over and we'll work from the back, where the bumps are. We pass the hook under each bump. We pass the hook under the second bump. Remember that since it's the first row, it's a little tight. We yarn over, bring it forward, and pull up a loop. We have 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and close the stitch. Here we have our first complete single crochet. Insert the hook under the next bump. And make a single crochet. Under the next one. This way, our single crochets will look like this. We are going to continue working 1 stitch under each bump until we reach this last one. Let's make the last stitch. We insert the hook under the bump. We yarn over and close. Now we make a turning chain. We finish this first round with 24 single crochets. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Let's work on the second round. This one will also be worked in single crochet, but first, let's hide the yarn tail. With the help of a thinner needle, we go through the center of the last stitch. And here, under the stitch, right here, in this strand, we take the short strand. We bring it up. We turn the piece. And we're going to start the second round. We pass the needle under the entire chain, here in these spaces. Always starting, as I mentioned before, in the second chain. This first one will always be our turning chain. We go through here. We pass the needle through. We yarn over. And here we make the first stitch. Under the next chain. Let's make the last stitch. We pass the needle under the entire chain. We yarn over. We chain up, yarn over and pull through. We complete the second row with 24 stitches. Look how it's turning out. Here we make a turning chain. We turn the piece and start row number 3. The same process. We pass the hook under the second chain. And we make the stitch here. Under the next one. Let's check the last stitch. They fall in such a way. I finished row number 3. See how simple it is. We are going to keep working this way, working rows of single crochet until we reach row number 17. I finished all 17 rows. This is how my stitches turned out. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm going to give you the measurements. The length. 20.5 centimeters in height. 14.5 centimeters. If you want to make the bag a little bigger, you're going to start by working more chains at the beginning, depending on how long you want it to be. We started with 24, but you can start with 25, 26, 27, and if you want the bag a little taller, just keep working more rows of single crochet. We did 17. You can do 18, 19, or 20, depending on what size you want the piece to be. We go to the last stitch and cut the yarn. We pull out the yarn, and we're going to hide it underneath the stitches. I finished hiding the yarn, and this is how I'm going to hide all the loose ends in this project. When you're done, you can put a drop of silicone here to keep the yarn from coming out. Now that we have this piece ready, we're going to make another one with the same number of stitches. I already have the second part ready. See, it has the same measurements. And the stitch turned out the same as the previous one. See how dense it is. To get your stitch like this, you need to tighten it well as you work. See, you can't see any light through it. If you notice that your stitch is still loose and open even after tightening it, switch to a smaller hook. We're going to work on the other part of the bag, which will be the sides and the base. We'll make this in a single piece. And I want to explain how you're going to do it in case you change the stitches at the beginning. How do I do it? I'm going to add the 17 stitches we made for the height, which are the 17 rows. Here at the corners, I'm going to add 2 stitches, so it would be 17 plus 2. And I'm also going to add the 24 stitches, which are the 24 chains at the beginning. So it would be 17 plus 2 plus 24. I add the ones from the corner, and I also add the 17 stitches on this side. That would be a total of 62 stitches. In case you have modified the piece, you just need to add the stitches as I just explained to you. The height stitches, the 2 that are left on the corners, and the base stitches. You repeat the same process on this side. For the side, we are going to start by making a slip knot. And we will crochet 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We do an additional one, which is our turning chain. We turn the chain and work where the bumps are, inserting the hook into the second one. We make a single crochet here. We go under the next one. Single crochet in the next one. I finished this row with 5 single crochets. I'm going to make a turning chain and turn the work. I go under the second chain, starting the second row with a single crochet. 1 stitch under each chain. Five stitches, a turning chain, and I turn the work. Here in the third row, we're going to start with increases, which means we're going to make 2 stitches at the beginning and 2 stitches at the end. We insert the hook under the second chain. We make 1, again into that stitch, and we make 2. We've already made the first increase stitch. We're going to single crochet here. 1, 2, and 3. Here in the last chain, we make the other increase. 1 and 2. Chain 1. We finish here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches in the third row. We turn the piece. We start row number 4. We work 7 single crochets. I finish the 7 stitches. We chain 1, turn the work. We work row number 5, number 6, and number 7 without increases, making 7 single crochets. I finished row number 7, completing 4 rows without increases. Remember that we made 2 rows of single crochet. In the third row, we made an increase. We worked the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th rows without increases. Let's make a turning chain. We turn the work. And in this row, which is number 8, we are going to make an increase at the beginning and an increase at the end. We finished the first increase. Now we're going to make 5 single crochets. In this last one, we will make the increase. 1 again into that stitch. And 2. We finished row number 8. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches. An increase at the beginning and an increase at the end. We make a turning chain and we turn the work. Now we are going to work 4 rows without increases. Number 9, 10, 11, and 12. I'll keep working and show you in a moment. I finished the 4 rows after the increase. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we are going to make a turning chain. Now we are going to work on row number 13. And in this one, we will make an increase at the beginning. And an increase at the end. We pass the hook through that space again. And here we have the first increase. We work single crochets until we reach the last stitch. I completed the 7 single crochets. Now we are going to make the last increase. I finished row number 13 with 11 stitches. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We make a turning chain and turn the work. Row number 13 is the last row with increases that we are going to do. From now on, we are going to work 36 rows without increases. We are going to use the markers to show where row number 13 ends. We are going to continue working the rows with 11 stitches until we reach row number 36. We insert the hook under the second chain and make a stitch. We continue working 1 stitch under each chain until we reach the last one. I completed the 36 rows. Please check that you have that amount. Now, we're going to work 13 additional rows like we did at the beginning, but here we're not going to make increases, but decreases. We make a turning chain. Place a marker here to know that this is where the 36 rows ended. Turn the work. In this row, we're going to start working the decreases. We'll do 1 at the beginning and 1 at the end. Insert the hook under the second chain. Yarn over and pull up a loop, but don't finish it. Instead, insert the hook again under the next chain. Pull up a loop. Now we have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all the loops to close the stitch. Here we have the first decrease. We're going to work single crochet until we reach the second to last stitch. Then we'll make the last decrease. We go under the last chain. We have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all of them. We finish this row with a total of 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We make a chain stitch and turn the work. Now we're going to work 4 rows of 9 stitches. We insert the hook under the second chain. We make the stitch. We work 1 stitch under each chain until we complete the 4 rows. I completed the 4 rows after the decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, which means we have already done 5 rows. Now we are going to do row 6, and here we will also work on decreases. Chain 1, turn your work, and start by inserting the hook under the second chain. We don't finish the stitch, but instead insert the hook under the next one. With 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all. We are going to work single crochet until we reach the second to last chain. we are going to make the last decrease. We have 3. Yarn over and pull through all. We finish here row 6 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches. 1 decrease at the beginning, 1 decrease at the end. We make a turning chain and turn the work. Now we're going to work 4 rows with 7 single crochets. I finished the 4 rows with single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do the last row with a decrease. This is number 11. We make a turning chain and turn the work. We pass the hook under the second chain. And under the next one, we have 3 loops on the hook. We yarn over and pull through, making 3 stitches. Here we make the last decrease. We have 3, we yarn over and pull through. We finish row number 11 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. 1 decrease at the beginning, 1 at the end. We're going to make a turning chain and turn the work. We're going to do the last 2 rows of single crochet, which are numbers 12 and 13. I finished rows 12 and 13, so we've completed the decreases on this side. And look, we have the same number of rows as when we started the piece. Here we count from where we made the first decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to give you the measurements. The length is 51.5 centimeters. The width at the center, 9.5 centimeters. The width at the beginning, 5 centimeters. We finish the piece with 62 rows, 13 rows at the beginning, 36 rows in the center, and 13 rows at the end. Before assembling the bag, we're going to attach the zipper first. Here, I've already arranged the pieces the way I want them to go. I have the right side facing up, and this is the last row I finished with. I place one piece in front of the other. You should keep in mind that the zipper should have 2 fingers width at the beginning and 2 fingers width at the end. We open the zipper. And we're going to place it from the back side. We can use pins to help us. I've already placed both sides of the zipper, and I put the pins at the bottom. Look, they're right on the line of the last row. We're going to start the stitching right above the pins. I don't recommend working too close to the track, because when you put the slider on, it might get stuck. Always leave a space so that when you put it on, it looks like this, just like that. I'm going to sew with thread that matches the yarn you're working with as closely as possible. Personally, I don't recommend doing it with nylon because I feel like it makes the seam open up too much. So we start by passing the needle over the top, so it comes out here at the bottom. There. We pass it again, always under the stitches. We go back right there. We pass the needle again, not in front but back here. We tighten it well. Here we do move a little forward and pass under the stitch. Here in the center, we take it back again. Here we secure the seam. I've finished sewing on both sides. Now let's put on the slider and secure the ends with needle and thread. Let's place the slider like this. We sew here. We're going to sew on this side, and then we take the slider out again. We open it. And here we follow the same process. We pass it through the slider. We already have this piece ready. This is how the zipper turned out. Now we're going to join the side. We're going to start sewing from this side. The marker we have on round 13, we're going to move it up to round 17. 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. We place the marker on this side. Why are we placing it on round 17? Because it's the same number of rounds we have on this side. So the stitch should line up one in front of the other. To sew this side, we're going to pass the needle through. Under these two strands. Under the strand that's on the little ridge, right here. On this side, we take the strand that's right here on top. The strand under the little ridge, the one that's up here on top, and the one that's under the little ridge. On the piece in front, we're going to pass the needle through, under this strand, and we'll make the first stitch. The next one, look, here are two strands. We're going to take the one on top. Here, the one under the small bump. Here, the one that's on top. Here on this side, over here on this side. Let's give this little tab a bit more height. We pass the needle under these two strands. To make this first stitch stronger, we insert the hook into the front strand. We yarn over and pull through all of them. We chain up and make a single crochet here. We arrange the piece very well. We insert the hook underneath. Look, here is the strand. And on this side, the one that's in front, we make a single crochet. Look, here it is. The first one, and on this side. Look here where the strand is. And from here, the one that's in front. Look, we're going to make the last stitch that's before the marker. Up to here, we should have 16 stitches. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. On this side, where the marker is, we have the last side stitch left. Here in this space, we are going to make stitch number 17, which is where the marker is, and stitch number 18. That means we are going to make 2 stitches in that space. We remove the marker. We pass the hook through, under the stitch, and the one opposite it. Here we make a single crochet. We pass the hook under stitch number 18, and we pass it again through the last stitch. Now we're going to work on this side. And here in the first stitch, look, right here where it is, we're only going to take the top loop. Notice that there are already chains here. We pass the hook through here. And in this stitch, we're going to make stitch number 19 and stitch number 20. That means we're also going to make 2 stitches in that space. Here we insert the hook back into that same stitch, and we make the second stitch. With these 2 increased stitches, we've managed to give our bag a curved shape. Now we're going to work the stitches on this side. In this last one, we're going to place a marker. Here, we'll make 22 stitches until we reach the stitch before the marker. We insert the hook through the first strand and through the center of the chain, in the strand that's under the ridge and in the front strand. In this one, we insert the hook. We make the first stitch. I finished the 22 stitches. We're going to work the last stitch here, which is where the marker is. There we will make stitch 23 and stitch 24.
4.
Now we're going to work the first stitch to start going up this side. And here we will make stitch 25 and stitch 26, both in this same space. We'll work the stitches on this side. We're going to make the last stitch here. Here we can see 2 strands. We pass the needle under those 2, and in front, look here where the little bump is. We make the stitch here. We finished sewing this side with 62 stitches. See how they all fit perfectly? We didn't have any extra or missing stitches. On this side, we are not going to cut the yarn. We are going to make one last row with double crochet stitches to give the piece its final finish. We make 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3. We are going to work this round with double crochet stitches, but here we are going to make an increase pattern. We are going to work by passing the hook through the center of each chain, picking up the top loop and the bottom loop, the top loop and the bottom loop. We yarn over, go through the center of the 4th chain, 1, 2, 3, 4. We pull up a loop. We have 3 loops on the hook. We yarn over, pull through the first 2. Pull up the loop. We have 2 left, yarn over, and finish the stitch. Here we have the first 2 stitches, because we're going to count the chain as the first double crochet. We yarn over, go through that same stitch again. Pull up the loop. Always to halfway up the stitch, yarn over, and pull through the first 2 loops. Pull up the loop, we have 2 loops, yarn over, and finish the stitch. Here we have the first sequence of stitches. We're going to insert the hook, picking up the bottom strand. And here we'll make 2 double crochets. Yarn over, insert the hook. In the center of the chain, picking up the top loop. Here we will make 3 double crochets. We have 2. Let's make the 3rd one. We yarn over, go through the next chain, picking up the bottom loop. Here we make 2 double crochets. In the next one, we pick up the top loop. Here we make 3 double crochets. The next one, look, it's the one right here next to it. We make 2 double crochets. This is how the pattern will look moving forward. Look how pretty it is. We're going to alternate. This sequence, 3 double crochets in the top loop, 2 double crochets in the bottom loop. 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, until you reach these last 2 stitches. I finished the stitch sequence. Look how beautiful the pleats turned out. Let's do the last 2 on this side. We yarn over. We insert through the center of the chain, picking up the top loop. And we make 3 stitches here. We yarn over, and in this last one, we're going to take the bottom strand and make 2 stitches. Here we cut the yarn. We finished this side of the bag. Look how beautiful the folds turned out. If you're wondering, Mari, can I make this project with another material? Of course you can. I recommend that you use a thin material, no more than 2 centimeters wide, so you can get a result like this. If you're working with cord here in the folds, you can follow a pattern of 3, 3. Or if the material is a little thicker, you can follow a pattern of 2, 2. You're going to sew this side exactly the same way we did this one. You're going to start here. You need to pay attention to where the first round is. Here on this side. And the first round is in the front part. You take these 2 strands to make the stitch stronger. And the other stitches you will work in the first strand on this side and the first on this side. You pass the needle through here. Look, here is the first strand. And on this side, the one opposite. Here. Remember that when you reach this last stitch, here you need to do the 2 stitches inside this last one, which is stitch number 17. And here in the first one on this side, you also need to do the 2 stitches. You work single crochet until you reach this last one, where you will also work 2 stitches into that same stitch. And here in the first stitch on the way up, you also need to make 2 stitches into that same stitch. Work the stitches, keeping in mind that you should end up with a total of 62 stitches. When you finish, work into the 3 turning chains. You start the pleat sequence. You are going to work 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, all along the edge on the way back until you reach this last stitch, where you will close the round and hide the yarn at the bottom of the stitches. I finished sewing this side. Now let's put on the hardware. We're going to place it in the 3rd row in the center of the 6 stitches, right here in these 2. We check to make sure it's centered. And here we close it. I'm going to show you how this beautiful bag turned out. Look at the sides, how beautiful. I love the triangular shape it has. Look at the base, it's quite wide. The stitch details. I like how these folds turned out. Look, they're really ruffled and give it a spectacular touch. It's a completely different bag, very modern and very eye-catching. I'm going to show you how spacious it is inside. Look at how this zipper turned out. And look how roomy the bag is. I'll give you the final measurements. Of width, it is 24.5 centimeters. In height, it is 17 centimeters. We have reached the end of the class. I hope you enjoyed the whole process and that you put it into practice. If so, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment as a sign of appreciation. See you in the next class. God bless you. Bye.